Welcome to my YouTube videos, and my name is Peter Anamo, the prophet to the nations, and I am so glad to come your way as you have permitted me on your telephone or on your TV or your laptop or your iPad. This is so wonderful to come your way because knowledge is power, understanding is progress, wisdom is control, or wisdom is power. So Father, God in heaven loves you and will want you to progress. Information gotten from places has only affected people physically. But this is the information that can make you be affected spiritually. And as I'm speaking to you now, I want to indulge you to like this video so that it can reach out to more people. And then if you are watching this for the first time, simple subscribe so that subsequent videos will be able to reach out to you. We are grateful to this issue that we are bringing your way impactation by knowledge, by wisdom and understanding. Remember that whatever the case, share it with those you know, and then like it so that it will progress. Even like it whilst you are watching so that you don't forget. And subscribe as well. And remember to share it after you have finished watching. My brother, my sister, the last time in the series 1, we talked about how democracy is showing clearly, it is showing glaringly that is coming to an end. And I told you and introduced you to God's system of government, which is the kingdom. And we made it clear that God's system of government is what will come and make the world a better place for all human beings. As I was telling you, the other videos I showed you, now look at this video.
An all night in each of the regions, and then that is what I want you to do, because there are 2 elections that are important in the world, and that is the election of America and the election of Ghana. That is why Ghana's election is very, very important and very crucial. But come what may, the election must be peaceful.
And then this video tells you more about what we are talking about. It is true that men have done their part with their ideas of government. We saw how Aristotle, Socrates, and Plato were the originators of democracy. But the source of democracy, which is Greece or the city of Athens, has collapsed. What does it mean? There is no hope for democracy. We all know how Greece collapsed economically. Because if democracy was what it is, Athens or Greece shouldn't collapse, because democracy was their system of government, their system of leadership. And if the system of leadership is okay and is doing well, they must prosper, but not to run into debt. Democracy is full of selfishness, greed, and mismanagement as well as corruption. But when it comes to the system of government from God, it is backed by the Holy Spirit. When men or humans are filled with the Spirit of God, they do not need anyone to supervise them. It is very, very interesting. And some people have shown very good testimonies as leaders, such as Luke and you, and currently Dr. John Mokoguli in Tanzania, who is also showing some great green lights. Because if a man who is supposed to take in income of $15,000 can reduce it to $4,000, saving the nation $11,000, that's a lot of evidence that this is a man of honesty And this is a man of great progress in the future for the nation of Tanzania and the people of Tanzania. We are not saying democracy is not good. In fact, democracy is the best system of government among the human government systems. But that is not the best for God and man. It has its lapses and currently is showing its end of power, because it is time for God's government, which has been waiting in the making, waiting for over 2,000 years. It is time for God's government to take off. That is why God privileged us last year on the Net2 TV that was also affected in the international by YouTube videos, gave the opportunity for the kingdom to be introduced to the whole world. And since then, we have been running programs, teachings, and we believe that you will make it a beneficial place for your life and your family and friends. Because of God's governments that is coming, we needed to put up Senate sitting. So part of government system is the Senate sitting, which is what is supposed to be the true church. The word church is from the word ecclesia, which means a senate or a parliament. And therefore, parliamentarians are supposed to be representative of a government. And if God is bringing a government, then he definitely needs a senate or a parliament that will make decisions. Because the scriptures, which is the constitution and divine one, of course, says, and ye shall decree a thing and it shall be established. We have been privileged to decree so many things, and it has been established. And it has given us a great honor that we have been regarded. Well, you might have heard of prophets and the kind of things they are doing, but we are different. That's why we are quiet in the low, and then we only come out when it is necessary. So this video is to educate you and to inform you officially that democracy is coming to an end. Hopefully, we are looking forward for God's government to take over the world this year. That is the hope and the confidence we are waiting to see God do. Because the time has been long overdue. It has been long, long overdue, because man or humans did not understand the concept of God's government. That is why it delayed. But thank God for late Dr. Mars, who explored and brought out every secret for so many years. And today, we have also been privileged to be able to bring it out. We want to hope that you will be willing to study, because if you don't study, you can't prove yourself. And if you lack knowledge, be prepared to suffer, because lack of knowledge is accompanied with suffering, captivity, slavery, and bondage. Why should this world be controlled by less than 5% people who have so much more than necessary, and over 90% are struggling to live? The little they have to share it with other extended families. And today, as I'm speaking to you, almost 10 billion people on earth, almost 1 billion people don't have good water to drink. And here we are making noise about galaxies and space, talking about going to Mars. For what reason? When our fellow human beings cannot get clean water to drink. These guys that are promoting Mars and things, so they cannot devote some amount of money for some people to get good water to drink. There are people in India, they don't have good water to drink. People in Africa, no good water to drink. And some part of China. Why are we treating each other this way when God says, be each other's keepers? That is why there is the need for God's government to arrive. When God's government arrives, God's government will take over everything. And God's government will be the provider. Remember Jesus. When Jesus was here as the government of God, he provided for people to eat. He provided everything they needed, including healing. He did not ask whether somebody has worked before the person will eat. You are given the right to eat. You are given the right to have what Jesus offered. And there were surpluses. That means that the government of God will forever remain in the state of surplus. Because can you imagine God's galaxies and planets? There's a whole planet that is twice the size of the earth and is full of diamonds. The whole planet is diamond. It's a whole rock. And its size is twice the earth. Can you imagine how wealthy God is? No wonder King Solomon, God's servant, when valued today, was worth 2 trillion. Can you imagine? Over 3,500 years ago, somebody could have 2 trillion, which is only governments and companies are in the range of trillion. Aramco in Saudi. The rest are struggling to get to trillion and pass it a little bit. Only Aramco has 2 trillion. The rest are governments and nations that have trillions. America, with all her wealth, has 15 trillion. The whole world's wealth is worth 75 trillion. So we are waiting to see. Some of us have hope and confidence that we will be the first to have quadrillion. Yes, because it is possible. If God has a whole planet rock that is diamonds, then there is more God has. And God would like to prove that he has more. So my brother, my sister, it is time for us to know the times in which we live in, so that we will know why God is informing us with such information, such a time as this. We must get to be ready to become Issachars, so that God can use us for his end time mission. The truth is not religion. God has nothing to do with religion. In fact, God is an enemy to religion. Religion is an enemy to God. So there's no way religion can lead you to God. That is why the Christian religion is not going to help you get to God. It is able to tell you about God, but it has missed its way because it has never understood the message God sent via his Messiah. And that is the danger. And Jesus made it clear in Matthew 7:21-23 that not all that say, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom. That means few will make it. But he went further to frighten us the worst when he said, on that day, many shall come and say, Lord, Lord, did we not use your name to raise the dead, heal the sick, let the dumb speak, and the deaf hear? He said, yes, you did that with my name, but go away, I don't know you. Even the few we believe they will make it, look at what has come. Go away, you workers of iniquity. And the word iniquity is simply meaning rebellion. And rebellion is simply a solution of return. And that is what we call reconciliation. And that is the kingdom concept that we are talking about. Without the kingdom concept, you cannot return to God. You cannot get out of iniquity. You cannot get out of rebellion. That is why Jesus said, the kingdom is like the prodigal son. What about the prodigal son? This is a guy who left and he came on his own. Nobody went and fetched him. He came on his own. So that solves rebellion. Rebellion is waiting for people to make their own mind, make their own decision, and choose to return back to God. That is why Jesus said, all ye like sheep have gone astray. So my brother, my sister, I want you to remain on this YouTube platform and continue to listen to your servant, Brother Peter Anamo, who is ready to serve you as God desires. Remember to share the video to others and then like this video so that it will let it go far. And then if you are first watching it, remember to subscribe. God richly bless you.